beware. You're in for a scare.
Here we go, can you believe it? Octoween 2018. I haven't uploaded in so many months. This is so embarrassing. It's a long story and a lot of things have been going on for me in 2018. That's the reason why I haven't uploaded. Anyway, let's just get to the content now that I'm finally back. And this is for Octoween. This is a series I've done every single year for Halloween. I've made at least one video every year, so I figured why the heck not? If this is the only video I make it on this one thing that scared the hell out of me when I was younger and is still one of my favorite Halloween specials I've ever seen. This is the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 5. This is an episode that is definitely one of my favorite Simpsons episodes and is for sure one of my favorite Halloween specials I've ever seen in my entire life. It's an absolute gem and I'm going to take you through it today. First of all, I made a video last year for Octoween which was childhood trauma, looking back at all the things that scared the crap out of me when I was younger. There were many things I left out there because I was actually trying to get all that list put together as quick as I could, and I left out a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have left out, and this is one of those things, the Treehouse of Horror 5 from The Simpsons Season 6. This episode sticks in my memory so well because here in Australia they used to play The Simpsons at 6 o'clock every night. So it's probably too early, I guess, for this Treehouse of Horror episodes for me being such a young kid, and my parents thought it was fine, so I watched this episode, and let me tell you, as like a 6 or 7 year old, this scared the shit out of me. And I'm going to get to the bit that scared the shit out of me in a moment, but the first segment in this particular Treehouse of Horror episode is a take of The Shining, and I think they call it The Shinning, if I'm right. And basically, it's The Shining. Like, it's just a Simpsons spoof of The Shining. What more can you say, really? It's one of those things you have to watch and enjoy, and the Mr. Burns, of course, typical, is taking care of the Shining house, and this just has all the tropes of The Shining, and there's a lot of great Simpsons memes that come out of this.
All I need is a title. I was thinking along the lines of no TV and no beer make Homer something something.
Go crazy?
Don't mind if I do!
A lot of their techniques in spoofing something like The Shining is just so funny and so enjoyable, and the way they make it is great. As you can see, I'm talking a lot about this segment because I just know so much about it. When it comes to this episode, this isn't the one that sticks in my memory the most, even though it's just great. The ones that stick in my memory are the second and third segments of the episode with the toaster and the cafeteria from hell, whatever. I just laugh thinking about it now, even though when I was younger it scared the hell out of me. It's one of those things I can just laugh at so much now. Obviously this episode has a few famous Simpsons scenes.
I'm Mike Wallace, I'm Wally Schaefer, and I'm Ed Bradley. All this and Andy Rooney tonight on 60 Minutes. Show me what you got. Is that the best you can do?
Oh my.
I mean, there's so many great memes from this episode in general. Like, this is one of the best Simpsons episodes of all time, and for good reason. This first segment was an absolute ripper. Oh, the toaster time machine segment. My gosh. This part of the episode is just so good. Like, this is the most, I hate using this word, but iconic. Let's just say, because it's so true. This is the most iconic Simpsons scene ever, where he has the toaster that goes back in time and he just screws everything up over and over again. And every time they go back, I can think of all of them, every time they go back to the house and he's changed something, it just gets funnier and funnier. The bit where Abe Simpson says from his wedding, if you ever go back in time, don't touch anything.
Okay, don't panic. Remember the advice your father gave you on your wedding day. If you ever travel back in time, don't step on anything, because even the tiniest change can alter the future in ways you can't imagine.
That's just so funny. This whole segment is just brilliant. I mean, I just love every second of it, and obviously so many great moments.
Mustn't crush, mustn't kill, made it! Oh, I wish I hadn't killed that fish.
I'm shitting myself right now because obviously I'm trying to use as much audio commentary as possible so that this Simpsons footage doesn't get taken down by 20th Century Fox, which is probably what'll happen, but hopefully it doesn't. When the house keeps changing over and over, it goes to underwater and then goes to Bart's statue of freaking Egyptian. I mean, the highlight of this for me is when it goes to Ned Flanders ruling the world in the 1984 style. Just when you think it couldn't get any more ridiculous and better. And then the creepy part at the end. They've got to have a weird twist at the end. That's the best part of any Halloween special, when they're eating with their tongues and Homer just goes, okay, like, I tried everything. That'll do. Similar to the end of a Goosebumps episode. I mean, every Halloween special's got to end with that still creepy way of, oh, the world's not quite the same still, but, you know, they kind of fixed everything, but they didn't really. That's how every Halloween segment should end. Maybe I should just stop talking and ruining people's childhood, because the way I'm analyzing this is so poor. The Nightmare Cafeteria one, I haven't seen this in a while. This is that Simpsons moment that's just stuck with me. This whole segment is just so memorable. This is just that Simpsons moment that has stuck with me through all the episodes I've ever seen of The Simpsons. I mean, it's so quick as well how much this escalates, the Nightmare Cafeteria scene. It's like, it just gets worse and worse. And even when I was a really little kid, like 7 or 8, I'm thinking, oh no, like you could tell that there was something really up in the school. I mean, this isn't for kids, this episode. Like, they freaking kill the kids and serve them to the students. Like, only in a cartoon they get away with this, just because it's a cartoon. This is the bit I forgot to add to my childhood trauma, the end of this episode. But before I talk about that, I gotta say what keeps on happening. So all the kids get in detention for ridiculous reasons. Like, they all go to detention because the teachers start loving the taste of the students in their lunch. It's just disgusting. More students go to detention for making little noises, and the teachers just get fatter and fatter, and all the students keep getting cooked up. And I can't believe these words are even coming out of my mouth. What were they thinking when they made this episode? Like, this is the craziest freaking premise I've ever heard. You know, it's The Simpsons, and they always push the bar in the Treehouse of Horror specials. Eventually, of course, it's just Bart, Lisa, and Milhouse, and I mean, it's just this obviously horror movie style ending where, as usual, Willie tries to save the day.
Hold on, kids! I'm coming to rescue the lot of you! Ow! Ugh, I'm bad at this.
Because Willie's the one who always fixes everything, and then Willie gets killed, and it's like, oh shit. They are going in this blender. This is the bit that I saw when I was 7 years old. Bloody hell, I don't know how I was allowed to watch this. This is just ridiculous. They fall into a freaking giant blender. Man, this thing gave me nightmares. Just watching this, I was not ready to see this shit. They're all freaking... I had dreams that I was about to fall into a blender and my teachers were about to cook me up and serve me in the school lunches. Like, man, when they're starting to fall in and then it cuts to black. Like...
Nevertheless, I remain confident that something will come along and save the two Simpson children.
It's too much for me. Still to this day, like, that is my childhood trauma in a nutshell. And then, of course, the episode ends with the most disgusting, disturbing Simpsons imagery I think I ever saw. Their skin being turned inside out and them doing a dance with the blood splattering everywhere. I mean, this has to be the one Treehouse of Horror that scared the shit out of me the most, just because of that blender ending. I mean, this is the one that is just an absolute classic. And I've been meaning to talk about this episode on my channel for so long. I never have talked about The Simpsons on my channel. For good reason. I've never talked about The Simpsons on my channel, which is so bizarre because this was just my favorite show, obviously. It's everyone's favorite show. It's one of the most popular shows of all time. But growing up, I mean, I can recite so many episodes from seasons 1 to 10, not past that because it just gets ridiculous. But they just push the bar in this episode right to the end when the dog drags Bart out. Oh, it's just this, it just gets me every time. Even to this day, like, I don't know how they can make this shit for kids. This is one of those episodes that really should have not been allowed for kids. Like, it's just pushing the bar. But hey, I've got good memories from it and like some bad memories. Let's just say it's the one that sticks in my memory the most. Of all the Simpsons episodes I've ever seen, there's about 2 or 3 that stick in my memory the easiest, that are my favorite, and this is one of those. So yeah, this is my favorite Treehouse of Horror for sure. Out of all the ones they've ever made, this has to be my favorite. Treehouse of Horror 5 is an absolute masterpiece, And yeah, there's my shitty analysis of a Simpsons episode, Halloween special. So yeah, guys, it's obviously been a really tough year for me. I have been working very hard on a TV show and a lot of other things. I'm going to link that TV show to you guys, hopefully, if I'm allowed to, by the people who's created the TV show. I'm just a star in the TV show. I'm not actually someone who's really created it, but I've also, been working on a TV pilot that I got aired earlier in the year, which was exciting, and a lot of things that prevented me from uploading on YouTube. I've also thought a lot about changing my content up after 2018. And this is pretty much the start of the changing of my content. Just not a lot more audio-based videos. I love doing, videos where there's actually actions and it's not just my voice. That's something I only like to do once in every 10 videos where it's just an audio commentary. But let's just say it's been a tough year on this channel. I mean, it was pretty bad last year, but this year's been extra tough. I want to go back to making lost media type videos, but once in a blue moon, lost media, only when it really means something, because it's not a topic that I thoroughly enjoy covering. But look, I mean, the content's probably going to shift to more documentary style videos, hopefully more movie reviews that are a bit different in style to the ones I used to do, and yeah, stuff like that. I'm rambling on for ages. I just really wanted to make another YouTube video for you guys because I realize I've just been re-uploading videos that have been taken down recently, and I haven't uploaded anything properly in ages. So thanks guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully another Halloween special this Octoween. If not, I'm very sorry, but I will try my hardest to do a Goosebumps episode. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out the Octoween playlist down in the description below. This has been Sam's Movies. Yeah, that's the end. Bye.
Hi.
Okay.